Hello and welcome to my 2025 reading journal flip through. This one will be the complete flip through. So we can start. This is an Archer and Olive journal. I'm not completely sure what collection it's from, but I can write it on the screen if I remember. And I also think it is really beautiful with the books and the flowers on it. This has held up really good, other than a little bit in binding has started to slip and it has struggled a bit, but other than the fact that the pages have come more to the sides, it doesn't really matter, and it has held up really good for me, so I'm really happy with it. So let's get into the actual pages in this journal. I always start my journals with a cover page where I just write my name. So a 9-page more than a cover page. If I'm a little strange sounding on this voiceover, it's because I'm having a cold and I want this video out, so that's why I'm recording this right now. I'm going to try and do it in one take, so I might struggle with some words, but be with me. These flowers on this page that is gold, I really like how it looks. It's just stunning. I really like this journal, if you can't tell. So this is the start. In the start pages I use a lot of Ikigai papir from the advent calendar in 2024. Since it's the year of the snake, a lot of it is snake themed. This cover page where I write reading journal I really enjoy. I'm really happy with it when I made it, and I'm still really happy with it. The little stamps in the bottom is a bit bad on this page, much better on that page, because of the fact that it's stamped first time I stamped in this journal and I didn't have enough ink on my stamp pad. So we live and we learn. And this washi tape that I'm pointing to here, I am so sad to say that it's gone. This was one of my favorite washi tapes I had because I think it's really beautiful. Now we're going over to the next page in this journal. That is my reading log or books read. I read 78 books in 2025. That's more than that's less, not more, less than I thought I would read. That's why I have some empty space. It do annoy me a little bit, but it's fine. And when you look at it from the other way around, you will see that it looks great because it's a Dutch door, so it will look good on one side and a little bit strange on the other. But honestly, I'm really happy with reading 78 books last year, and a lot of them was long, so it kind of makes sense. The next spread is my book releases, wish list, and goals. My book releases page I scrapped. I didn't really use it. I do have it in my 2026 journal, but I don't know. Either way, wish list I did not use really. I rather have screenshots in my phone, and goals I did pretty well on. I read a good chunk of books and stuff. And then color cover challenge, I have a little bit of I love this page honestly because I really like the covers and how they look with the colors and everything. So it's really nice page to look at. It doesn't really have a function other than that it was a little fun challenge, and I really enjoyed the colors I used. So next on is the books and stats. You can see it here. I did screw up a little bit in the bottom here with some numbers, so if you don't look at those, it looks pretty well. But the information is correct now if you squint on the bottom words and stuff. But either way, what I do have in my yearly stats here is books read pages, 5 stars, books owned, ebooks, audiobook, the library, bought and rereads. And on this other page is my book metrics, where books go head to head to find the favorites of the year. My favorite book of the year was Furyborn. And then we have series tracker. I really like my series tracker, even though I do make it a little bit different in my 2026 journal. I don't know, but I thought I would run out of space, so I started writing this third little thing in this corner in the top. I didn't really run out of space, so it was fine. Then we have my 2025 in 2025. 25 books in 2025, and that is really nice. I did do some of them. I didn't do too many. I did do this a bit random for that year, but next year I'm probably doing it. I know my 26 books in 26. I do it more as what books I want to read. So here we have my 25 favorite book quotes, and I do really like this page. It looks a bit messy, but I did use 2 different colors, so it kind of made it more distinguishable, and you can really see what quote is where. And then we have my bookshelfie. This one I don't love. I like my 2024 and 2026 book bookshelf much more than this, but it's fine. And I made this small little headers for each month, so you kind of can make out where it is, because I had the fabulous idea that choosing colors out from like the book colors was a nice idea. Next year, in this year 2026, I'm going to do it different. My character in Magical Readathon is here, and I made this little flop because I had too little space, so I decided to do this. It is a little bit empty, as you can see. I need to glue in the spring equinox and the year in Aldea. I didn't do it, but I need to do it. But I have the spring equinox, the December nightfall, and I do have my character, and I also do have like the prompts and everything. So I just have to print book covers and honestly just glue them down, but I haven't done it yet. I hope I will do it though, because it looks pretty empty. And the reason that it is a little bit ruined is because that character sheet used to live on that page, but I changed it. Then we have my 5-star reads. I had 6 5-stars this year and 3 DNFs. I haven't printed out 2 last covers, but every DNF I had this year was vampire books. I have no idea why. I don't think I like them. I don't like vampires that much, I don't think. I haven't really found a book I like with vampires, other than the side characters as vampires. So, who knows? I don't know. And then my current TBR was my current TBR in the start of 2025. So, I just crossed out if I read the book. And I was supposed to do Kindle books here as well, but I had just 2 Kindle books at the start of 2025, and I never ended up writing them down. We have my book bingo. My rule was like 2 books a month, and I also did these 2, like you can see here, so these boxes mirror each other. One has the prompt and the other has the books read. So I don't love this layout at all, so it kind of was my first book bingo attempt and I didn't like it. I do it different in 2026, where I do it more as a bingo rather than this thing, because I don't love this. I did get 3 bingos though, and I could have a blackout if I had read 4 more books for this. And then we have January. I don't love this cover page, but it's fine. I usually do write down the books read on the left side. Right side? Of the right side, I write down that, and on the left, I write down the month. That's usually how I do it. It's pretty formulaic how I do stuff. Then we have my stats, and in January, I read 9 books, 3,749 pages. Average to finish was 4 days. And I also read like, wait, what on earth? I'm looking at this like chart on Storygraph right now, trying to figure out stuff. I can't find the where is it? Oh, my average rating, here it is. My average rating was 4.6, so that was my average rating in January. It's a pretty decent month. My Fault, the trilogy Culpa Mia, I read and I loved it, but I don't love them anymore. It's probably more like a 3-star series, but I had so much fun reading them, and I read them all in a week. So that's why it has so high rating, because I had the best time reading it, but I don't love it. Actually, I don't like it at all. Here's my favorite washi tape again for the Prison Healer. So I really like this spread, and this girl as well. I really like it. And it is accompanied by a spread I don't like for Darker Shade of Magic. This spread was a flop in my opinion, but I get better throughout this journal. Stay with me. So this Woven Kingdom, I used what yellow I had, so it was kind of a fall themed. It kind of fit the book, but kind of not. Yeah. And then the Naturals, I did binge the whole Natural series that year. Magnolia Parks, I don't think it is my favorite book, not really. So I don't know if I will continue the series. February, I really like this cover page. It's not my favorite, but it's not one I dislike. I really like how simple it is and how brown it kind of is. And then we have Sky and Deep. I really like the earthly tones on that spread as well. 2 spreads I don't really like here. This spread for City of Ashes I really actually do enjoy because it's brown again. But this was my second 5-star read of the year, a Norwegian horse book that I really enjoyed. And then you see some stats here, and the stats for February was 7 books over 2,740 pages, and average to finish at 8 days, and my average rating was 3.96. And then in March, I don't like this cover page that much. I don't know what I did with these frames. Honestly, I don't like this, but it's green, For some reason, March is always green for me. So I don't know why, but it ends up being that in most of my journals. So I guess March is just a green month. And then Ramadan was in this month as well. I had really much fun, like on live streams and stuff, but I didn't read much for it. And Monarchs, as I was a part of, sadly did end up losing, getting on last place. But you win some and you lose some, it's fine. Here you can see like the point system and my stats for the real town. And I used these little cute dragons on this page, and I also had a quote, because I usually do quotes whenever I want in my journal or where it fits. And then I read Gaze. I was not in the mood for that book. Red, White, Royal Blue, I don't remember much of actually, so not my favorite book. And then What Goes Up was so confusing for me. I have no idea what I like with that. Either way, the stats for the month was 5 books read over 2,299 pages, an average to finish was 2 days, and an average rating on 3.8. And then we have April. I read 3 books, as you can see on the right page. And here, I don't know why I used stickers as I did on the left page and wrote on the right page. It should have just chosen one on the other. I don't really love this cover page. I'm not a fan, but I like the pet tape I used here though. So yeah, this spread here I had much fun making with the printables from Ikigai Papir. And then A Clash of Kings. I love not Throne of Glass. I love Throne of Glass as well, but I love A Game of Thrones a lot, and I found that I really enjoyed it. I also watched the show this year, even though the last season is not great, not second to last either, but the start is really fun. I had a really fun time with this book, even though I used a long time to finish it. And then we have Watch Me. It was a good spread, and I really like this girl over here. And then I read 3 books over 1,261 pages. Average to finish was a month because of, yeah, I don't know, but something. And my average rating was 3.17. So not my best reading month at all. And then we have May. I really enjoyed the Norway theme on this, and I used Ikigai's Papir stickers. It was really the year of Ikigai Papir stickers for me. And also I love the bunad and the little ostövul that is on this page. It's just really fun. I don't love this page as much as I loved it when I made it, but I still enjoy it. And then the Crimson Moth, I drew these little butterflies, and I think it turned out well. Assassins to the Villain was a really fun, like a kind of different fantasy book that I really enjoyed and think is hilarious. And I really like this jellyfish on the spread because of the lavender colors and everything. I just love this color, and I love the spread. I need to remake this with something for a book through 2026 because I really enjoyed this spread. Better Than the Movies, didn't love it. And then we have my stats. It's 3 books read over 1,189 pages. And then my average rating was 3.75. And as you can see, as I pointed to the empty spaces because I had days I didn't read. That says how much I was starting to slip into a reading slump. Then we have June. I pressed these flowers myself, and they turned out now to be like see-through. They were purple when I made the spread, so I had no idea why they changed color, but they did. And we're into the book stats now, not book stats, the book pages, the reviews. As you can see, it's pretty formulaic with like cover page, books read, stats. I usually make the stats wherever it fits. Here it kind of just fit in this little half spread. And then sometimes it's a whole spread. Sometimes, as you can see in July, it's just on the cover page. I do it whatever it fits, honestly. For this month, I read 6 books over 2,235 pages. Average to finish was 7 days, and my average rating was 3.58. Okay, and then we have July, the peak of my reading slump, or before that one actually, it's Rebel and the Rebel Witch. And I enjoyed it. It was a fun time, 5-star at the moment, because that was when I was in a reading slump and I just needed something fun. I haven't really thought about this story since I read it though. But I like this spread. I really like the moons and stuff. For July was the peak of my reading slump, and I don't love this cover page either, because I was kind of in a journaling slump at this time as well. but I really wanted to do something with this sticker, and I really like square kind of thing I did, but I don't like the header with July and stuff, so it was a fine one. Six of Crows I read one book this month, but it was a good one. So the reading stats was one book over 574 pages, average time to finish was 12 days, and my average rating was 4.5. I think that's my highest average rating. August, I love the cover page for this one, with like the brown and the pop of color you can see here. The flowers on this one as well, I have made myself through flowers and I pressed, and I really enjoy doing that in summer actually. That's really fun, and I really like how they look on spreads. This black spread I glued in black paper and used pink stickers, and I enjoyed it. It was a fun process. For the blood trailer as well, I used the little bags you get from the stickers of Ikigai and I just cut it out and used it as a sticker on this page, as well as some excess stickers I had, and I really enjoy how that looks. As well as the blue on the other page, I think that like complement each other. And then I read Golden Legacy. I have that, I think that's the last time you see that favorite washi tape of mine in this journal. So I read Throne of Glass. I love Throne of Glass, and I'm so excited with the reread. I started rereading it in December of 2024 with Assassin's Blade, but honestly I just have forgotten how much I love young Selena, Carl, and Dorian. I really love them, and they had so little worries at this time, even though they didn't think they did that at all. They had a wall on their shoulders, but honestly it can only get worse from here. I'm so excited to continue on my reread in 2026 because I have so much fun with this story. And then we have Killer Instinct. I don't love this spread, but it was fine. And then we have the reading stats. I read 6 books over 2,409 pages. Average time to finish was 1 month, and I had an average rating of 3.79. So a pretty decent month. And then we're out of the reading slump now with September. I really enjoy this spread. It was my birthday month, so usually I try to do a theme I like. This one I really love. It was not the original cover page though. I did do something else, but that I ripped out, and that's why you can see a stain on this page. But you probably wouldn't know this if I didn't tell it to you right now. So I'm not that mad about it. And then the next page we're getting to is again books reviews. For Illusion of the Stars, I hate this spread to be honest. And then we have Fearful, a book I did not like at all. So I had to make another column for it to write down my thoughts. And I'm not going to continue on with this series at all. This was the last straw for me. I did not like it. And then we have Percy Jackson. For some reason, it had come to be a fall book for me, because I read the first 2 in fall and the 3rd in fall as well. Furyborn was a pleasant surprise for me. I just found it on Thrifted Books, and honestly, I love it. It's actually one of my favorite series I started in 2025. So excited for Lightbringer, so I will be reading that as soon as the mood hits. I also really like this spread with the sun and like the red and yellows, and it kind of fits the book. Not the cover as much, but the book. This vampire book I actually did finish, but the second book I could not get through more than 100 and something pages. So I don't love that one. I like the spread though. It's like dark academia, like fall-like for me. These 2 blue spreads at the sides of each other makes me so happy. Foxglove, another 5-star. I really enjoyed it. I think I do enjoy this one more than the other 2 books in the Belladonna series, mostly because it has both Signa and Blythe, and I think I just enjoy that really much. So it was a fun book. And then we have book stats and fall TBR. Book stats, I read 8 books over 3,336 pages, and an average time to finish was 7 days, with an average rating on 347. Fall TBR I did pretty well on. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I think. I read 5 of them, so I did pretty decent. I still want to read the other books. I think I might read a few of them in fall in 2026. This girl here I actually drew myself, and I really enjoyed her with the crows and stuff. I really like this spread actually. I think it's peak of like October, and I had so much fun in fall this year. I think that might be one of my favorite months actually. October, that is. And this spread I love with the girl and like the pastels. And then we have this spread. This is one of the only vampire books I could think of that I like, but I think it's because of the fact that it's not really vampires to me. It's described more as fae in my mind, and less like blood-sucking vampires. And more like, I don't know what to call it, more of like fae. Just the more fae-like creatures. So I really like this spread though. I had so much fun making the spread, and I love how blue and like fantasy it is, honestly. So I really enjoyed this one. And then we have one on the stairs and the hand on the wall. I had the best time with these. I read one of these in a day and the second one in a day as well. So much fun. And then we have this one. I don't feel like anything happened in these infinite threads, so this was not a fun time for me. I don't know if I'm going to continue on this series. I might if I'm bored, but I don't know. Also, this spread I like, and then this spread I also really like. It's the same kind of girls. I needed to use them twice because look, it's just stunning. This blue color is just so good looking in my mind. I really enjoy it, and it really do complement the cover a lot. And I really like the book as well. It's not fantastic, it's just a fun fantasy romance book. And then we have my stats, and my stats was 11 books over 4,801 pages and an average time to finish in 3 days with a 3.89 rating. So that's a decent month. That was my peak of my like reading. I read 11 books. That's the highest I've read this year. And then King's Bane, I really like the spread. It's really fall-like. That's fantasy, but this gave me the same feelings as Throne of Glass did, and I have been longing for that feeling in something else, and I love it. And then we are in November. I love this cover page, how I use the dark and the light and the light and the dark. It just really makes it look, give it texture, I think, so I really enjoy that. And then we have The Good Girls. I did not like it, one of the worst book in the year. And then I drew Kingsley on this spread for Apprentice to the Villain. I love that character so much. It looks weird on camera. In real life it looks a lot darker and more blended. On the camera it looks yellow. So just now it's more green. And I really like Kingsley. He's actually so fun. He chose the best times to take up his signs, and he can't spell, so it makes it even funnier. I really do enjoy him. And then I reread Crown of Midnight. I did reread that one as well. I have not reread Air of Fire yet. Hopefully I will do it really soon because I'm like itching to it. Every winter when it's cold and it snows, I just want to read Throne of Glass or Game of Thrones. It's just, I love it. I love those two series so much. They're kind of different though, but both is like kind of fantasy. Crest, I finally continued on with the Lunar Chronicles, had a fun time. This spread I tried making like black and white, but like it kind of works on its own, but like when you see the green on the other side, it kind of ruins the whole black and white, so it should probably have been a double spread. Wisteria, I love how the fan art look on this spread, and I love the purple again. This is my favorite like shade of purple. I just love it, and it looks so pastel-y and it's so blithe. I just love it. I had so much fun with this story as well. I love this series, Belladonna series. It's fun. It's a fun time, and it's actually some lines written that I really enjoyed. That's why it's some quotes on that page as well. And then we're on the reading wrap up for November, and I read 9 books over 3,209 pages. An average time to finish was 4 days, and my average rating was 3.66. So again, a pretty decent month for me. Like, I'm happy every time I read like more than 8 books. Then I'm really happy because that's a lot of books. This cover page for December I actually really love. Like the blue and the red and like the bunnies that makes bunny snowmans. I really enjoy it. Like a bunny and a bunny snowman. You're kidding me, it's so cute. Also, Ikigai Papir, I really did use a lot of her stickers this year. but I love them. So next spread was the Julecupe. I did not like it. It's a Christmas Norwegian middle grade, so it kind of not my cup of tea, but it was fun. Black Beauty I reread, and honestly I do sob every time the last lines of this book comes up, because I grew up with it and I loved the story so much, and everything that horse have to go through is heartbreaking. So yeah, I even just thinking about it and writing down this spread when I was doing it, I cried because the last line was still fresh in my mind. I just can't deal with it. Then we have Binding 13. That was also a sad one, but it was also a fun time, kind of. Not my favorite, but I do continue on with the series, and I can't wait for Joey's side of the story. I think I was a sob in that one. And then we have The Will of Ascension. I love Mistborn. And then we have Sky Beyond the Storm, the last book in the Emperor the Ashes Quartet. It was a fun time. I don't love the series, but it's fine. And then we have Crooked Kingdom. I had a really fun time. As you can see, it's a 5-star, but honestly, it's not really a 5-star in my mind. It's just a 5-star because I didn't really think about it too long and just gave it a 5-star because of the end of the year. I really like how I made this like chess pattern in the corners and used like fan art. I think it's fan art as the little cards, playing cards, because of course Cass and his crew playing cards. You kidding? And then we are reading wrap up. I read 10 books or 4,603 pages, an average of 398, and I read have an average to finish 9 days. And then we have some other stats. I don't really read those up to you because of the fact that like it's a lot, but you can see it. And then again, the bunnies and the snowmans is so much fun. Then we have 2025 wrapped and favorites. Here I use Maruguni Soli art stickers, and actually I really like her stickers as well. And this one I used here, I love. It screams December to me, but I had already set up December, so I used it here instead. Book read in stats. Here you can see the like books I read and how many. My peak was 11 and my lowest was July with 1 book. So that's my stats in books. And then we have this little chart where I do have my books finished on dates. So the light blue and dark blue is when I finish 1 book, and the black is if I finish 2 or 3 books in 1 day. So I really like this. For some reason, the 9th, I haven't finished any books on the 9th in the whole of 2025. So I guess the 9th every month isn't really a month where I do finish books. I have no clue why. And then my journal tracker, and then a blank page. This one I hope to do favorite characters, but I haven't done it. I don't know if I will. I'm kind of done with this journal at this point, but I might. And then series finished. I finished 9 series this year, so to have read 58 books in a series to have finished 9 is pretty bad. I rate the books from best to least best in the series, as well as I rate the series as a whole with these stars. And then I printed the covers, and because I want to have the covers on the spread because I think it looks good. As you can see, I use some more of the Ikigai snake stickers on the end pages as well, just because I want it to be like more a whole journal, you know. And yeah, my favorites by month is one where as you can see, it's some 5 stars here, it is some like 3 stars here. It really is all over the spectrum, because some months I read a lot of good books and some months I read less good books. Like 6 of Crows, you end up on both my favorite by month and least favorite by month, just because I read it only 1 book when I read that book. So this one is a little bit off. That's why I also have a book matrix, mostly to just see the best of the best and the best by month, because I like to see both. And then we have a quote on this page as well, because I love quotes. And then worst by month as well, the same thing. Some months I read a lot of bad books, and other months I do read good books, and I need to just choose one. So as you can see, 6 of Crows end up on both. So that's kind of how this spread works. So it's kind of not ideal, but I do like the spread either way. so that's why I kind of just include it, even though it's not the best. So yeah, either way, next one is my 2025 reading stats, and my reading stats for 2025 is 78 books over 32,408 pages, and average length is 414 pages. Average to finish was 10 days. Average rating was 3.76. My top 3 books and genres of books is YA, fantasy, and romance, as it usually is for me. And then we have reading goals. I read 60 books, that was my goal. So I read more than that, so I expanded that little goal. So I'm really happy with that. Next year I want to read 100 books, but I don't know if it will happen. I'm probably on track right now, but like, who knows how much I will read this year, honestly. Here you can see my little like pages and books read. All of these stats is from Storygraph as well. And then this line over here, to push the line up if it's lighter books, and push the line down if it's darker books. I chose to like just draw these in instead of printing them, but I could have printed them as well. So it's pretty accurate. It's probably more accurate if I had printed them, but I wanted to draw them in. And then we have my 25 reading stats expands because I needed more space. I have my like best books, first books, last books, and I had the longest and shortest books on this list. Most shelved, least shelved, so that's kind of what's on this list. And then down here you can see the like how many authors explored. I explored 34 new authors. Highest average rating was in July with a 4.5, just because I read one book, and then most pages was in October with 4,801. A series, I read 59 book series this year. I continued and I reread 3 books. So to have read like finished 9 books series, why on earth did I read 59 books in a series and ended up with 9 finished series? For next year my goal is to finish 12 series, so I hope that happens because I need to get that number down. I mostly read books between 300 to 499 pages, but also 500 plus is my second highest one. Usually like medium and fast paced, print and digital. Do not look at that one, that's not right. I don't really look at that when I update my Storygraph, so it's so not it's not real, it's not, so don't look at it, okay? I mostly read fiction with 98% and non-fiction with 3%. And then we have most read authors. It's Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Tiara Moffey, and Maren Johnson that is on top with like 3 or 4 books. So I don't read that many books from the same author, even though I read a lot of series, so I guess. Norsk and Norwegian is the same language, so it's supposed to be like 2, like that's supposed to be the same stats. For some reason Storygraph gave me 2 stats, so that's how I did it down with this pink one. So that's my languages read. I don't know why it spit out that, but it did. And then moods, I usually do adventurous, emotional, and tense. That's like my 3 top moods of the year. And I do have like lightheaded is like almost on the bottom, and dark is like on the middle. So I usually do read a little bit darker books. And then we have on the bottom like the little triangle is just star ratings. This one is not real, or it is, this like information is correct, it's just that it's really hard to read it because I screwed up. At this point I was so done with setting up these stats and it was so late and I just wanted it done, so it's you don't have to look at it because it's pretty bad. And then on the last page of this journal, as we're going to get to now, is my reading oh what on earth, is my reading year in review, where I just wrote about the year and the journal and what I liked and what I didn't, a little bit of my reading slump and my favorite books of the year. So I really enjoyed doing this just to close off the journal, and I really like the little like decoration I did on the spread with the butterflies and stuff. I have not used the back pocket of this journal, and as you can see it will not stay closed without the elastics. And now I'm so done talking, so thank you for watching this video. And if you come to the end, please comment something in the comments, like something, what's your favorite spread or something. I'd love it if you would like to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to have a flip through of my start pages for 2026 as well, and this was my kind of first video out here with my journal, so I hope you enjoyed it, and also like it if you enjoyed and came to the end. Thank you for watching.